Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining my webinar this morning. The webinar is about managing your AutoCAD data using Autodesk Vault. My name is Tian Rabi, and I will be presenting this or hosting this webinar for you today. So let's start with the agenda. I'm going to explain to you what we're going to do and go through into this webinar. All right, so the very first thing that I want to cover is I want to explain to you a little bit about what we do, who we are, and then after that we'll jump into the introduction, and I will introduce Autodesk Vault to you and exactly what we're going to do throughout the webinar. Then we will look at the most common sources of waste, where you might waste time and money and your energy in your company with data, looking for data, searching for data, all of that kind of stuff. And then after that, we will talk about searching for data or design data using Autodesk Vault, how we will make your life so much easier searching for your AutoCAD DWG drawings through Vault and not through your File Explorer. Then we will talk about managing your data with those points that you can see there, and then we'll have time for some questions afterwards. All right, who is a Baker Baynes? So Baker Baynes has evolved over the past 5 years from being an Autodesk reseller to a consulting company set out to solve customer problems through digital transformation, where we help them design and make a better world. Now, in doing so, we offer various business process improvements, consulting services, survey and design hardware consulting, design software consulting, and that all topped off with a blended learning approach to how we believe our customers can or should digest their information. We consult in the following industries, as you can see there, which is build, civil, energy, manufacturing, and also process plant and mining. Then we have something called iAdopt. This is our consulting methodology that we live by and that we want our customers to adopt. Now, you might ask, what is iAdopt? Now, this is developed using years of experience, and iAdopt is a consulting methodology to help our clients to develop and implement a digital strategy, optimize business processes and workflows, and also to adopt the technology. And we do all of this by assessing the company or the people to educate them, and also do the consulting, where we want to look at where there might be problems in your companies or where you might waste time, waste money, and then educate you how you can save all of that, give you training on how to work with your software, get all of your employees on the standard, and then also we consult, where we will walk and have a journey with you and make sure that everything still works fine with you for your company. Right, so let's get into the introduction for this webinar. I'd like to read this description for you from Autodesk Vault. That is a data management software that helps you manage, track, and organize your product data without impeding your design workflows. Now, the good news is that all these issues can be solved. It is core. Vault is designed to help you manage, track, and organize all the data that gets created as you are developing a product. So you don't have to spend so much time manually managing it. Most importantly, it does so with minimal overhead, so it doesn't create a bunch of new problems that would impede your day-to-day work. Right, so the next few slides are descriptions or ways how we are going to show you using Vault to help you through your company save some time, guiding you through how to make life easier for you with AutoCAD, but using Autodesk Vault. So the first topic that we're going to cover is find what you need when you need it. All right, so searching for design data is seemingly simple. It's a simple task, but when you have thousands of files distributed across multiple project folders on the network, it's pretty frustrating and can take a lot of time to find exactly what you need. Vault indexes the information in all the files stored in the database. Now, this includes custom properties and properties extracted from AutoCAD, which is file attributes. Now, if you have attributes in your AutoCAD DWG, you can use that to find your files much faster using Autodesk Vault. So it's much faster to find what you need when you need it. Now, You can do this in a couple of ways. Right, you can run a quick basic search that will look through all file properties that are stored in the Vault, or you can run a more advanced search and manually specify values for each property. I'm going to show you a video afterwards that you can see, or after this slide, how this works. You can use multiple search criteria for Boolean operations to narrow down the list of files returned from the search. And then those searches can be saved. One common example of this is saving a search of all files that you currently have checked out. Right, so let me show you the video of what I exactly mean by that. All right, so this is now a simple search command where we just search, for example, a gear, like you can see here. But when I want to go and search something advanced, you can type in the property, you can type in the condition, and you can add the value to be a little bit more specific if you have attributes or if you want to search something specific. When you click on Find Now, a list of all those drawings, those AutoCAD DWGs will pop up, and you can go look for the files that you were looking for. So you don't have to go to your file explorer, you don't have to go into AutoCAD at all. Everything will be here for you listed already inside of Vault. You just need to be a little bit more specific with your keywords that you're looking for. You can preview them and everything will be there done for you. Right, preserve a complete history of your design. Now, relating specifically to conflicts in the design history, one of the most basic capabilities of Vault is check in and check out. Now we know that when you check in and check out a file, this creates a version for you. Now this makes sure only one person is working on the file at a time and that versions are being created, like I just said. So you can go back and pull a previous iteration if some form of issue pops up. Right, so for example, if some changes were made and afterwards someone comes back and they say, no, but we didn't want these changes made, you can come back to a previous version and use that version as you wanted it before you made the changes. Comments are highly recommended. So you can see what changed, user information is logged, so you know who made the changes and when they made the changes. And there's also ways for you to compare versions side by side to visually see the changes. You can then restore a previous version if needed, or you can derive any versions into a new design entirely. So let's see what I mean by all of that, what I just said. Let's look at this example of drawing version history. All right, so there's a few, like you can see, there's a tick box there that says show all versions from one drawing. So if you have one drawing, you designed a drawing in AutoCAD, a DWG file, and you worked on that file the whole time and you checked it in and you checked it out multiple times, let's say 21 times, in this case 29 times. This is the 4th or the 9th revision. You can go and look at all of the comments that's been made while they checked it in and checked out and made the changes, and you can see exactly where the changes was made on the drawing when you preview it. All right, so it's not a difficult task, it's very simple. It's always nice to have versions for afterwards. If you made changes and something went wrong, you can always go back into the drawing, into the AutoCAD drawing in the previous version, make the changes again, or use that changes that you made previously and just take it from there. And just remember, like I said, add your comments to make sure that the person who's viewing all of these drawings knows exactly what happened, why you made these changes, and where you also made these changes. Yeah, it's that simple. Then we'll get to managing the data or the design data. All right, now this is going to be a little bit more into detail, a lot of slides with a lot of videos. So yeah, let's jump into that as well. Mark up and review drawings. Now, a very common issue is not being able to view and provide feedback on designs because some people just don't have a design application installed on their computer. Now, Vault can automatically convert your drawings into lightweight DWF files that can be opened by anyone. And this is what we want. We want people that doesn't have these applications on their computers that wants to work with you. You save it as a DWF, you send it off to them, and they can look and view at the file, but they can't make any changes. And that's what we want. So they can be viewed directly inside Vault, or they can be opened in Autodesk Design Review. which is, we all know, free for more powerful viewing and markups. All right, now the great thing is the marked up file can then be managed inside of Vault. You can attach them to the drawing file itself as an attachment, and you can include it in an engineering change order or a custom object like a task assigned to someone on the design team to be completed. Right, so let me show you the video of how they do that. Right. All right, so I'm going to use this one file over here. So look again, I'm inside Vault, going to design review, putting in a revision cloud and adding a note. So I don't have the application installed on my computer here. Doing it through design review. I'm going to save it as a DWF file. Go into Vault and add the file that you just saved as a DWF. I'm going to say okay. All right, opening that file and attach it like we just said, attach that file, okay, and it's done. Like you can see here, it's attached into your Vault and we've done everything through Vault. You can right click on it, you can say go to the folder and it will take you directly to that DWF file for you to preview. Then the next one is reuse your existing designs. Now the big next issue we'll tackle is the repetitive tasks involved in copying an existing designs. With all the relationships that make exist, sometimes several layers deep, it can be time consuming to hunt down every file you'll need to fully copy the design. Now, Vault has a tool called Copy Design. Now, you will remember in my previous webinar, we spoke a little bit more into detail about copy design and how that works. So I'm going to just touch on that again today. It's going to be short and simple, just to explain to you again how that works. And that is made specifically for this purpose. So when you pick a top level file to copy, now Vault will bring along all the associated files and let you decide whether you want to copy them, or you can reuse them, exclude them, or replace them with different files. So you can have a drawing of a main assembly, and then obviously with that main assembly there will be different DWGs with the part files that you designed, and you can decide if you want to exclude them, replace them, reuse them, etc. Now you can also apply a custom naming scheme right at the time of the copy, so you don't have to go back through and rename them later. Right, so let's see how that works. All right, so I'm going to open a file in AutoCAD or through AutoCAD, like you can see here, choose that file. This is a main assembly, like you can see, with all its sub-assemblies or sub-parts, part files. Then I'm going to go through to Autodesk Vault. I'm going to look for that file, search X, rename it X, and look for it with all its associated files attached to it. Then I'm going to right click on it and say copy design with all the appropriate files that I want to add or to copy with that file. Like you can see here, I'm going to add a suffix where I'm going to say new. Like you can see there, rename all of them to new. And then a second one that says Y, and you can apply that, and all of them have been renamed or a suffix has been added. Type in Y to search for them. All of them will pop up on the bottom, like you can see, that's file names, and it's that simple and that easy. So I didn't copy, or I copied the design, reused it, renamed it, and that's it. And I used Autodesk Vault to do all of that. Then we get to rename and move your files or folders. Now, similarly, renaming files and folders can not only be a repetitive task, but it can sometimes break references to child or parent folders. Now, the renaming wizard is a simple tool. You just load up all the files you want to rename, pick a new naming scheme, and execute the command. All the files are renamed at once, and all the links are then maintained. You can also reorganize files and folders without worrying about breaking relationships. So it's just a drag and drop action, just like Windows Explorer, and Vault handles everything else for you. This is very simple to do, very quick to do as well. Once you see this video, you're going to understand perfectly how to do it. So again, in AutoCAD, I'm going to open this file. This is a main assembly again. Right, I'm going to go back to, like you can see there, I want to rename all of them, and then go back to Autodesk Vault. All right, I'm going to select the files that I would want to rename. Say next, rename them in here where it says new name, type in Y. In this case, I want to change X to Y. You can see there, and then second last one at Y. Finish this. Once you've renamed them, right, close. You can see all of them has been renamed. Like I can see it's very simple, very quick. And what I want to do now, they're in one folder. I want to move them. So select the ones that you want to change, drag and drop them into a different folder, and they are in their perfect folders, not mix and matched in one. All right, then we get to generate revision tables automatically. Now, another repetitive task is manually updating the revision block in the drawing. Now, I don't have, I'm not going to show you a video about the revision tables because this is very simple to do and very simple to understand as well. We all know by now that when you have a revision table, it shows you the history of that drawing. So you can go and look at when this drawing started, what's the date, by who it was approved, what the description is, then the revision number, you know, that kind of stuff. And you can see how many times this drawing has been changed as well. So using the VLT rev block command, which stands for Vault revision block, this is automatically populated and will update any time a revision bump is made inside of Vault. So the command is called VLT rev block. All right. Very simple and very easy. Then we get to manage the release of drawings. This is also very simple, and I know a lot of companies are struggling with exactly this topic. They don't really know how to do it or how to use it as well. So one of the top issues is the tracking of the release processes. Now, paper-based processes are subject to delays and aren't easy to report what the current status is. And a lot of the companies I know that we deal with still use the paper-based processes. Like they said, there are a lot of delays when you have to do it that method because you have to always have to wait for a person to come to the office or to stamp it or sign it off or review it first. Now, doing everything through Vault, there's no more waiting required for you to approve the drawing. Now, the lifecycle state of the drawing stored in Vault can be configured any way you want it. But the basic idea is that you can classify files as a work in progress or for review, release, and obsolete. So anyone in the organization can see the current status of the design. All right, now, the entire process can be managed as well. You define what the transition rules are for moving from one state to another, and you can specify who has permissions to make these changes. You can also set up access permissions to files based on their lifecycle state. So, for example, you could make it so manufacturing or suppliers only have access to released data. All right. So let's see, let's carry on. The next slide says, all right, so enhance your current sheet set workflows. Now, sheet sets are a great way to organize all your project drawings into a single package. Vault simply enhances this workflow in a few key ways. Now, with the sheet set open, you can see the current status and what sheets are actively being worked on by other members of the design team, all right, which we want at the end of the day. We want to see or know what person in your company changed what or worked on this at what time, etc. The overall structure of the sheet set is mirrored inside Vault, so you can see what the package looks like without actually opening the file each and every time. And then also the properties of the sheet set are also indexed and it's also searchable, like we saw earlier. You can go search for the properties, very easy and very quick. And then the same lightweight files created for drawings are created for sheet sets. So they can be opened, reviewed, and also marked up. All right, so that's also very simple and very easy. And then with this slide, I'm going to show you a video after this one because this is an important topic. I feel like people always ask questions about this. They want to know, this is important. And, you know, when it comes to provide access to extended team members, sharing the data with internal colleagues who may be outside of engineering can be very challenging. Now, they may not have the right applications to view the files, like we also saw earlier, or even have access to the folders the data is contained in. Permissions are important, so they don't inadvertently make changes to the designs. Now, with this one, we're going to work with the web client, Vault web client. So this is a web-based application. So if you have internet, you can use this. This is an easy way to provide them just the right level of access. Now, it has the same searchable or searching capabilities as a desktop application, and users can view, print, and mark up the drawings. Again, this can be done directly within the web interface, or the DWF file can be downloaded and opened in Autodesk Design Review. Now look at this example that I'm going to show you now, this video. We will use the web client and also with DWF files. All right, now look very carefully, the interface already looks very different than the application, the desktop application. Again, you're going to search for a file. This one is called A, and then the file pops up. You can preview it. Again, we're going to use the same example. They're going to add in a revision cloud with a note. There you go. And then save this as a DWF file, in this case on our desktop. Right, saved it, and that was it. Simple and easy. This was using Autodesk web client, thin client. We're using the web-based application and then saving the file as a DWF file. All right, then for a summary. Now we've seen how Vault can help in every area we highlighted at the beginning. Now, from reducing the time you spend simply searching for files to sharing information, organizing project data, preserving design history, and tracking your change and releasing the processes, right? Vault is all about helping you get back some of the engineering time. Now you can see these were all the issues that the clients and the people had in their companies without having Vault in their company. And just adopting Vault in their company ticked all of those boxes, all of these issues. Search and retrieval of data, repetitive design office tasks, sharing design or data externally, which was a very big one, tracking engineering change orders and releasing the processes, and now the list goes on. So just adopting the Vault ticked all of those boxes for them as well. All right, then there's a very important topic that I want to cover over here, which is the family comparison between Vault Basic and Vault Professional. People always call in and ask about the differences between these two applications and what they do and what they don't cover and what they do cover, and why should they get Vault Professional and why should they get Vault Basic. Now, Vault comes in a few different versions. This is the comparison of Vault Basic, which comes with AutoCAD, AutoCAD Mechanical, and AutoCAD Electrical. And Vault Professional, that is sold separately. You get many of the core PDM capabilities in Basic. So searching, versioning, markup, copying, design, file naming, and that is for Vault Basic. Professional adds on some additional capabilities for revision tables, release of change management, sheet sets, giving extended team members access, and bill of materials. Like you can see, Vault Professional ticks all of those boxes, but if you don't need that much, that many boxes ticked, you can go for Vault Basic as well. Just remember, Vault Professional is a separate program that you need buy separately, right? Vault Basic comes with AutoCAD Mechanical, Electrical, and the normal AutoCAD as well. All right, questions. I added my email address there. You can see there on the bottom. It says tian@bakerbaynes.com. I see that there's a few guys that started the webinar a little bit late. So I would like you guys, if you have any questions, please send me your questions via email. Again, send it to me at tian@bakerbaynes.com. I will come back to you as soon as I can. This was a very short, very simple and sweet webinar. This was just to show you the capabilities of having Vault and AutoCAD together and how much simpler it will make your life using Vault with AutoCAD. All right, and then also I want to show you or just remind you actually that we do have a support desk active from Mondays to Fridays. and we are the only company that will work from 8 till 11:30 at night. We have an after-hour support guy, and you can call the number 011568260 or get us on that support@bakerbaynes.com email if you have any other questions regarding support. You can also find us on these online platforms: LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. This webinar is recorded, so the guys that joined a little bit late, you can also afterwards go and look at the webinar from start to finish once I'm done recording this, and that will be uploaded onto our YouTube channel. So you can go look at Baker Baynes Pty Ltd, and all of our webinars will be uploaded there as well. All right, guys, thank you very much for joining me today. I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day, out of your busy Friday, and looking at this webinar. I really, really hope that you learned something and that it helped you getting extra information, all the information that you needed. And yeah, have a good day further and enjoy your weekend.